What is up, Best Ones Worldwide? It's the Best One DBTV here, back with a brand new Brooklyn Nets video. If you're not a Best One yet and you're an NBA fan, especially Brooklyn Nets, recommend you to hit that subscribe button now and turn on the post notifications, because some big news has came out yesterday, which I wanted to wait a day to see if anything has transpired since then, which it hasn't, and I just want to give you guys my opinion on this whole Kevin Durant to Boston rumors. So, in case you guys don't know what is going on, the Boston Celtics have offered all-star Jaylen Brown, Derek White, and a first-round pick to the Brooklyn Nets for Kevin Durant, which, of course, you guys all know, the Brooklyn Nets have declined. And what they also want Defensive Player of the Year, Marcus Smart, another rotational player, and more draft capital and picks. And the Boston Celtics, they are very interested in acquiring Kevin Durant. They think that he is that final piece. Having him and Tatum paired together, they could definitely get over that championship hump and actually win a championship and get banner number 18. So, I'm going to be giving you guys my opinion on the trade. Does this, benefit the Brooklyn Nets? Does this, benefit the Boston Celtics? And what I am getting out of this. So, the big rumors going into the Kevin Durant sweepstakes was the Phoenix Suns. But now we can definitely take them out of the equation because they did match the Indiana Pacers offer for DeAndre Ayton, which means that they cannot put DeAndre Ayton in any trades whatsoever. And we all know the Brooklyn Nets don't want Chris Paul. And we all know the Phoenix Suns will not give up Devin Booker. That is their cornerstone player over there. So, the Phoenix Suns are out of the equation, and Miami does not seem like they want to give up Bam Adebayo, and the Brooklyn Nets, that's who they want in the deal. They want Bam, Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, and a bunch of draft picks, and Miami does not want to move on from Bam Adebayo. He's also another, cornerstone for that team. And a lot of these teams do not want to give up their superstars or all-stars or, certain role players that are important to their teams, because if you have KD, he can't just win you a title by himself. And we all know that because literally a couple years ago, we were literally a toe away from winning a fucking championship. I still get nightmares to this day about that. But I really feel like this is a possibility that the Boston Celtics could definitely get KD in a trade. I feel like, they just came off going into the finals. So right now, every single player that's on that roster is hot. Trade value right now for Marcus Smart is at an all-time high. Freaking Jaylen Brown, he is, an all-star who he's getting better and better every single season. So right now, he is at an all-time high, because he was the best player in that finals series against, the champions, the Warriors. And just everybody on that team right now, everyone's trade value is at an all-time high over in Boston. So, anybody is up for grabs. And I think if I am the Boston Celtics GM, a part of me would want to get KD with Tatum, because I feel like that would be a duo that would be really unguardable in this league. But I feel like super teams do not win championships, and I feel like the Brooklyn Nets are a prime example of that. We've tried building 2 super teams within the last 10 years, and what has it done for us? Brought us right back to square one, and that is rebuild mode. I feel like, the teams that win championships, it's team basketball. It is dynasties that win you titles. Yes, the Warriors, they've had super teams, but it's that culture. You need a culture to win you a championship, and the Warriors have built one of the greatest cultures within, since the last 10 years. They have built one of the best cultures. Just like San Antonio, they got 5 championships with Tim Duncan because of the culture. And, Miami Heat, they have won a lot of championships as well because of the culture. Why do you think the Lakers did not make the play-in tournament? They have no culture. And the Boston Celtics, why do you think that they made the finals? Because they have built a culture for the last 10 years. And I think that this would definitely bite Boston in the ass because they would have to give up Marcus Smart, who, you know, is friggin' the defensive player of the year. He has been on this team since 2014. He has been loyal to the soil, and he has been pretty much the defensive captain of this Boston team. And also giving up Jaylen Brown, who, you know, has drastically improved every single year, who has been with this team since day one as well, with the Celtics drafting him number 3 overall in the 2016 draft. I feel like them giving up him, that will not be good as well. They have a great coach in Iman Ukadu. I think that's how you pronounce his name. And Brad Stevens seems like he's doing a really good job right now as the GM. At first, we questioned a lot of his moves, but now this offseason, they brought in Gallinari and they brought in Malcolm Brogdon, who I think really could take this Boston Celtics team to the next level. But, you know, giving up Marcus Smart and Jaylen Brown and your future draft picks for a 34-year-old Kevin Durant, that means, you know, they better go all out and win that friggin' championship, because if they don't, then, you know, their future is going to be, it's going to be, you know, 50-50. Not having draft picks or even Jaylen Brown, who, you know, is only friggin', I believe, 25 years old. He's getting better and better every single season. It is very risky for the Celtics, but I feel like another side of the Celtics, you know, another side is maybe they should take that chance, because they have gotten so close so many times and they've always come up short. So this is, you know, really going to determine the future for the Boston Celtics, because after this season, if they do not win a championship, they got to figure it out, because, you know, they've been trying, you know, with Tatum and Brown, and, you know, Tatum is their superstar over there. And, you know, they've always, you know, been to the conference finals and lost to LeBron. And, you know, in the finals, they freaking were 2 games away from winning the championship. It is absolutely crazy to me, this whole trade scenario, because the Celtics, as a Brooklyn Nets fan, the freaking assets that the Boston Celtics have, I would rather trade with the Boston Celtics than any other team. Because having Jaylen Brown come to this team with Ben Simmons would be a great way to restart and a great way to get this rebuild going pretty quickly. Because, you know, Ben Simmons is very known for his defense and his playmaking. Jaylen Brown is known for his scoring. And that would really set the Brooklyn Nets up for success. And if they can somehow, some way get Marcus Smart as well, that would be a great move as well. And, you know, they probably, if they're going to trade Kevin Durant, a lot of Net fans think that Kyrie's going to just stay the year. I think if Kevin Durant goes, they are going to find a way and get Kyrie to go, because they are going to want to start off fresh. Because if they want to keep Kyrie, then why are they going to get rid of Kevin Durant? That's the part that the Brooklyn Net fans need to make it make sense to me, because it doesn't. And I feel like, you know, for the trades, Jaylen Brown is really not a bad option. And if I'm the Brooklyn Nets, I would not be getting a little bit greedy here, because if they're already offering us Jaylen freaking Brown and Derek White, who I feel like won't really fit if we keep Patty Mills and Seth Curry, and 1 first-round pick, if I were them, I would just be trying to get Jaylen Brown, maybe get Grant Williams in there, and, you know, maybe Marcus Smart and like 2 first-round picks. Or if you can't get Marcus Smart, try to get at least 3 or 4 first-round picks with Jaylen Brown. Because if I were the Brooklyn Nets, you are not going to get a better player for Kevin Durant than Jaylen Brown. And if I'm wrong, you can come back to this video when KD gets traded for somebody. I think Jaylen Brown is the most, you know, eye-appealing player that the Brooklyn Nets should really consider getting, because remind you, if we never got rid of our draft picks for Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, and Jason Terry, we probably would have drafted Jaylen Brown, and he would have been, a Brooklyn Net. And if I were the Boston Celtics, now that these reports came out there, they better find some way to trade Jaylen Brown because, of course, Jaylen Brown posted a tweet right there, and he is not a happy camper whatsoever about this, that Boston, wants to move on from him. Boston made it clear that Tatum is the number one guy and Brown is number two. And Jaylen Brown can definitely be a number one player on another team. And now I feel like if I'm the Boston Celtics, I would definitely be trying to trade Jaylen Brown to another team, because if you don't, when Jaylen Brown becomes a free agent, he might actually consider other options and go play for another team that will, make him a number one option. There's lots of small market teams out there that would pay Jaylen Brown all the freaking money, and they would have him be the number one guy. Because Jaylen Brown is going to be a superstar, and he's getting there. Every year he's getting better and better. Right now he's an all-star, and if I'm the Brooklyn Nets, I am really considering this because, Kevin Durant, he's 34. He's about to be turning 35 off an Achilles injury. This is an opportunity that, in my opinion, if I'm Sean Marks, I am pulling the trigger on this. And I already know a lot of Brooklyn Net fans are probably going to be upset with this take, in my opinion, because everybody wants to run it back with KD and Kyrie. And in my opinion, I think that we still don't have what it takes to go all the way with KD and Kyrie. And after this season, Kyrie is definitely not coming back to Brooklyn unless something really changes. And Kevin Durant has already requested a trade, so it's like KD already, isn't happy with what's going on. So you might as well let KD try to contend and get a championship elsewhere, because the Kyrie and Kevin Durant thing, unfortunately, didn't work out. And I blame a lot of that on fucking you, Steve Nash. But we'll see what happens, because right now, the Kevin Durant trades, it's been, very cold. But now that the Boston Celtics kind of, lit a fire to, offer Jaylen Brown, these other teams might have to, they might actually be interested in offering more. But we're going to have to see what happens. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think. Would you guys, as a Brooklyn Nets fan, would you like to have Jaylen Brown on this team? Since the Brooklyn Nets, are going to be going probably in a rebuild mode pretty soon without their draft picks. And, a guy like Jaylen Brown and Ben Simmons, that would be a great way to start. But if you guys enjoyed this, make sure to smash that like button now. If you're not a best one yet already, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Links down in the description below. You can go follow me on my other YouTube channels and social medias. All that is down below. Also, DBTV, we got a new Instagram page as well, which we are going to start posting, some basketball content on there, try to do some polls and stuff like that. So if you want to go check that out, the link is all down below. But to all the best ones out there worldwide, we are taking over. Peace.